Thoroughbred Action is presented by Hardacre Farm.
Welcome to Thoroughbred Action from Gulfstream Park. It is Kentucky Oaks Day. Lots of ways to celebrate here at Gulfstream, and of course getting ready for tomorrow's Kentucky Derby. Let's check out the track and weather conditions for today's 10 races.
Start the afternoon with a sloppy main track. We're off the turf here this afternoon. A lot of rain earlier on in the day. And the first race of the afternoon transferred to the main track from the turf. This race at 5 furlongs. Claimers in for a price tag of $12,500. Scratch number 3, Zippy Zappy. A field of 5. The favorites were 1, Athon, and 5, Let's Go Ben. Racing at Gulfstream. From the rail, Athon gets the first call from Grand the Man, who moves to be second. Let's Go Ben gets a good spot early. He's third, 2 off the leader. From fourth, it's Shere Khan, well out a bit wide, and the trailer is Saturday's Light. They pass the half mile and take it to the far turn. It's the gray veteran, Grand the Man, who establishes a 2-length lead from Let's Go Ben second. Athon at the rail is third, 2.5 to Shere Khan fourth, and Saturday's Light is last of all as they make their way to the top of the stretch. The opening quarter was 22-3, and up front, the leader, Grand the Man, by 2. Athon trying to take up the slack second. From third is Let's Go Ben. Fourth is Shere Khan, and last to turn in is Saturday's Light as they turn for home. Up front, the leader, Grand the Man, with a 2.5-length lead to work with. Athon set down for the drive, trying to get to him in the concluding stages. From third, Saturday's Light rallies with Let's Go Ben. Final furlong, Grand the Man has the lead, and it will be Grand the Man and Martin Ramirez to kick it off with a gate-to-wire win. They won it by 2.5. Athon second, Let's Go Ben third, then Saturday's Light and Shere Khan. Veteran campaigner Grand the Man from the outside gate sprung to the top and never looked back to win today's first race under Martin Ramirez for trainer Safi Joseph Jr. and owners Drawing Away Stable. 1 Athon second ahead of 5 Let's Go Ben, who ran third. To the second race now at 5 furlongs over the main track. Maiden Claimers in for a price tag of $25,000. A field of 7 signed on. The favorites were 2 Driving Force and 7 Fiore. And they're off. Karembe was off a step slow. From the far outside, Fiore springs out to head for the lead. Holter's Girl tries to race on with her from second. They've opened 2.5 on My Little Cruise in third. Splitting horses now is Driving Force to challenge for third. Racing from fifth, that's Spunky Linda at the inside Private Haven with Karembe. Around the far turn they go. It's Fiore in front by a length and a half. Holter's Girl second, Driving Force third. They've opened 4 lengths now on an improving Spunky Linda, who's into fourth, about 8 lengths off the lead. The rest have to get going and do it soon with a quarter of a mile left to go. Off the top of the turn, it's the favorite Fiore who has the lead. McMahon puts Holter's Girl to pressure to try to stay on. They left the rail open for Driving Force, who will try to drive through on the inside. Spunky Linda's fourth and running on. There's an 1/8 of a mile to go, and Fiore still has the lead. In front by 2.5, now by 3, now by 3.5. You get the picture. Fiore is home first. It's Fiore and Misael Jaramillo by 4.5 in the end. Driving Force second, Spunky Linda third, Holter's Girl fourth in 57-4. Number 7, Fiore, made her career debut on the dirt course just a couple of starts ago, and she ran pretty well. Today she returns to that surface and gets an authoritative victory under Misael Jaramillo for Victor Barboza Jr. and DeRacing Stable. 2, Driving Force second ahead of 4, Spunky Linda, who ran third. Time to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll bring you great racing action right after this.
We have to take care of these horses that, give us so much joy.
Being accredited by the TAA gives us instant credibility.
People trust us even more than they have before because they know that the TAA has been to all of our locations and that our horses are well cared for.
I mean, this farm wouldn't look the way it is, these horses wouldn't look the way they are if it wasn't for the generosity and the hard work of the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance.
They've united our whole industry in terms of the aftercare movement.
We're all working together for the same purpose.
Back for the third race at 7 furlongs over the main track. Claimers in for a $6,250 price tag. They've not won 2. A field of 6 went postward. The odds-on choice, number 2, Always Dude. And they're off. Clean beginning. Searching for a leader, Always Dude, and the red blinkers puts ahead in front, but Kulak will go with him in the early stages. These two work a length and a half better than Nuclear Fusion, who's out of their third and getting a good trip behind the speed. Stretch of 3 to Simon the Serenian, then High Dandy, and Dreamin' of the Wild is last of all and drops better than 9 lengths off the lead of Always Dude. Always Dude with pace pressure from Kulak in the run to the half-mile pole through the opening quarter in 23 and 2. 2.5 lengths back to Nuclear Fusion, taking in the action third. He about 3.5 clear of Simon the Serenian, who tries to tack on fourth. It had a High Dandy, and still nothing from Dreamin' of the Wild. Kulak has called it an afternoon, and Always Dude now opens a clear advantage under Jaramillo. 3 furlongs from home and 2.5 on top. Kulak tries to re-rally second. Nuclear Fusion set down driving, making no impression third. Simon the Serenian begins to gain a bit of ground. He's very wide on the course, working 2 better than High Dandy, who's got an inside lane, and trying to run on from last is Dreamin' of the Wild with a 1/4 mile to go. Always Dude trying to seal the deal. He's now off the corner with a 4-length lead. The danger's the last horse, Dreamin' of the Wild, who now splits horses to run after the leader over the top and Simon the Serenian. 1/8 of a mile to go. Always Dude in front by 2.5. Here's the run from Dreamin' of the Wild. He's gaining good ground. He's a big price and he's trying to get to the leader. Always Dude shortening up. Here's Dreamin' of the Wild on the outside. Photo finish. Very close on the money. Dreamin' of the Wild surged at Always Dude and 126 and 1.
Number 2, Always Dude, survives in today's third race, getting a narrow victory under Ramisai Jaramillo, giving Jaramillo his second winner of the afternoon. Owned by Shade Tree Thoroughbreds and Cheryl and James McGuire, Always Dude conditioned to the victory by Jose Pinchin. Race 4 at 6.5 furlongs. Claimers in for a price tag of $30,000. Scratch number 4, Mama Cheetah, a field of 6. The favorite was 2, Battle Tux.
And they're off. From the inside, that's Balada, who begins the best and tries to establish the early lead. Moving in the 2 path is Battle Tux. These two race out. Competitive Players away racing third. Taken in hand fourth is Murray's Girl. Stretch of 4 to the trailers, winning for Sarah, an Image of Rachel. Down the backstretch they go. Balada, the West Virginia Invader, has it by a length over Battle Tux in second. Down at the inside, Murray's Girl third ahead of Competitive Player, who's racing from fourth. They've opened 4 on the team at the back, Image of Rachel, and winning for Sarah. Less than half a mile away, they swing around the 4 turn. Balada shakes free to lead it by 2.5. Battle Tux is second and asked to quicken. Down at the inside, Murray's Girl third. Competitive Players not firing. She's losing ground while fourth. Stretch of 3 to Image of Rachel, and at the inside, winning for Sarah. They run to the top of the stretch at 20 to 1. Balada maintains a sizable lead. Less than a 1/4 mile to go. Balada went 44 and 4 for the opening half mile. She set stiff fractions, but she maintains control. Murray's Girl tries to track her down second. Battle Tux has been defeated. Then it's winning for Sarah. But Balada came with her A game today, and Balada's running up the score inside the 16th pole. It's Balada sharp in victory. Very impressive and well prepared off the layoff. She won it by 5.5. Battle Tux second, third, Murray's Girl, fourth winning for Sarah, then Image of Rachel in 116 and 4.
Trainer Juan Andreas Rodriguez has had these horses from Mountaineer Park in razor-sharp form off the layoff, and here's another one in the form of Balada, who springs to the top, sets very fast fractions, and pulls away for an impressive score under Leonel Reyes for Long Trail Stables LLC. We move now to race number 5 on the program, 5 furlongs on the main track. Claimers in for a price tag of $10,000. Scratch the 2, Cosmic Flash. Edgar Zayas on the 9, Bocati. A field of 8. The favorites were 4, Contractor Jack, and 9, Bocati.
And they're off. Contractor Jack was off just a step slow. West of Eden begins nicely, mid-splitting horses and rushing to challenges. Contractor Jack calling Disco has speed from the fence. Racing from fourth, that's Run for the Woods. Then Bocati to the outside of I'm a Gangster, who works 4 better than Cunavice, and left behind last is the Presidential Lion. They swing around the 4 turn, 3/8 of a mile away. Contractor Jack by a length, West of Eden second. Calling Disco at the inside is now third. 2.5 lengths back to Run for the Woods fourth. Asked to quicken by Figueroa, working 3 better than Bocati. He's an awful long way behind while a bit wide as they come past the quarter-mile pole. Contractor Jack floats into the three-path but maintains the lead. The rail opened for Calling Disco, who tries to run at the leader from second. West of Eden is third. Then at the inside, it's Kunavice coming on. Final furlong, Contractor Jack kept the business. Toward the inside, Calling Disco is game, but he's only second best to Contractor Jack, who wins by a length and a half in the end. Second, Calling Disco. Third, Kunavice. Fourth, West of Eden. And fifth, Bocati in 57 and 4.
Number 4, Contractor Jack, broke just a touch slow, but was still quick enough to make the lead in today's 5th race. And once he made the lead, it was all she wrote. As Contractor Jack gives Amisael Jaramillo his 3rd winner of the afternoon. This one for Doble Jack Investments and Gilberto Zerpa. 1, Calling Disco, fired off the shelf but had to settle for second, ahead of the 7, Kunavice, who ran 3rd. We'll take a brief time out. When we come back, we'll bring you the late pick 5 right after this.
A passion for horses and a commitment to breed champions is the foundation of Hardacre Farm. Founded in 1999 by Amy Tarrant, owner, breeder, and trainer, Hardacre Farm, now based in Ocala, continues its tradition of success. From the Breeders' Cup to Gulfstream Park, Hardacre Farm. From the breeding shed to the racetrack, in pursuit of producing the best.
Back now for race number 6 on the program. It is the start of the late pick 5, 1 mile over the main track. Scratch the 7 and 8, a field of 7. This was a wide open betting race. Money for 1, Conquest Sorcerer, 5, Pert, 6, Bleeding Heart, and 9, Maryland Monroe.
And they're off. Step slow to start was Cape Fear. On the far outside, Marilyn Lonhro commences nicely, and she'll try to cross over. Away in second is Pert, while punches between horses. Down at the inside, Conquest Sorcerer is a bit keen. And then up on the outside goes Bleeding Heart. In between horses is Little Baby Bella. Stretch of 2.5 to Cape Fear, and Court Central is last as they run to the 6 furlong pole. 3/4 of a mile to go, and Marilyn Lonhro comes away with the lead. Pert down at the inside is second. Off the flank of the leaders, while 3 wide is Bleeding Heart in third. Stretch of 3 to Conquest Sorcerer, who's now racing 4th. Little Baby Bella has now lost a couple spots. She's back 5th, about 7 lengths off the lead, ahead of Court Central and Cape Fear. They race to the half-mile pole. Up front, Pert pushed along by Marilyn Lonhro. Bleeding Heart is trying to stay close in tow, while 3 wide and asked to quicken a bit by Zayas. Stretch of 3.5 to Conquest Sorcerer. The rest will have to get going and do it soon as they round the far turn. 3/8 of a mile away, Pert has the lead. Conquest Sorcerer from 4th is the one that starts to gain some ground. Marilyn Lonhro second. Bleeding Heart is an all-in third, about to lose that spot to Conquest Sorcerer. And then back at the field, Court Central and Cape Fear try to get underway. 1/4 of a mile from home. Up front, the leader is still Pert. She opens a 4-length lead now. Up into second is Conquest Sorcerer. From the back, it's Court Central, Marilyn Lonhro, and Bleeding Heart. But inside the final furlong, it's Pert still clear and still 4 in front. Conquest Sorcerer can only watch and wonder. She's second best. Marilyn Lonhro is third. Then Court Central and Bleeding Heart. To the wire, Pert easily. Conquest Sorcerer second. Marilyn Lonhro third. Then Court Central and Bleeding Heart.
Number 5, Pert, closed as a narrow favorite and won easily under Nikki Figueroa for Ralph Nix and owners Mark Boersma, Mark Pavlovka, and Brushy Hill Enterprises. 1, Conquest Sorcerer got up for second ahead of the 9, Marilyn Lonhro, who was best of the rest, while third. 7th race now on the main track at 1.16 miles, so it's a first finish line race. Claimers in for a price tag of $16,000. Scratch the 3, 6, 7, and 8. Field of 6, the favorite was the 2, Ransack.
And they're off. From the center, C.J. McMahon riding Little Sky awfully hard to try to get the lead from Ransack and Market Strength. These 3 across the course with Market Strength and Ransack going on. Ransack, the favorite, will land in front. Market Strength is right with him second, working ahead of Little Sky, who was sent out of there, but is outsprinted while third. From 4th, it's Over Limit, then Nephew Howard D, and the trailer is Contermar. Around the first turn they go. They start to settle into stride with Ransack emerging with a 1.5 length lead. Jorge Ruiz comes off the rail with Market Strength to race in second through the opening quarter in 23 and 4. Third, while 3 wide, is Little Sky, 2 better than Over Limit in 4th, and Nephew Howard D and Contamar. Now they're stringing out a bit with less than 5/8 of a mile to go. 2-1 the price. Ransack the Boss. He leads it by 2 over Market Strength in second. Little Sky third. Racing from fourth is Over Limit, but he's lost ground at every call. Moving on his outside and trying to gain some ground is Nephew Howard D. And still trailing is Contamar. They went 47 flat for the opening half mile as they swing around the far turn. Remember, this is a first finish line race, so Ransack has the lead by a length and a half. Market Strength second. Little Sky third. 4 back to the inside. Over Limit fourth. Then Nephew Howard D. and Contamar. No change in position throughout the run of the race through 3/4 in 1:10 and 3. They turn in, and Ransack has the lead. He's hard driven while maintaining a narrow lead over Market Strength. Little Sky moves into the race well, 3 wide third. Then back fourth and running on a bit is Over Limit with an 1/8 of a mile to go. Little Sky trying to get to the leader, Ransack. Ransack keeps going. Little Sky's up into second. That's as far as he'll get. It's Ransack all the way. Little Sky second, Market Strength third. Close fourth between Contamar and Over Limit, then Nephew Howard D.
Number 2, Ransack secured the lead in today's 7th race, and the lead was something that was a big-time commodity in this race as Ransack went all the way under jockey Edgar Zayas for owner-trainer Mike Maker. The only horse who changed position in the stretch was number 5, Little Sky, who rallies for second, ahead of the 1, Market Strength, who ran third in a strung-out field. To the 8th race now, and the start of the late pick 3, 6 furlongs over the main track. Starter allowance optional claiming event. Scratch number 2, Rona Daytona. A field of 7. Favorites were 1, Artie's Bourbon Girl, and 6, Dancing Wind.
And they're off. Slow to begin was Roraima at the back. Sent hard between horses. Fulfilled Fantasy springs out to take the early lead. Artie's Bourbon Girl moves with her in the early stages. That sets up the third running Dancing Wind well. She's third behind the speed and only 2.5 behind. She's open 4 on Did Not Mean It, followed by Roraima. Second last is Bellamy Torch, and the trailer is Sherry's Win. Past the half mile and moving to the far turn, and up front, Fulfilled Fantasy has the lead by a length and a half. Artie's Bourbon Girl tried to match strides, but is now back to second. Dancing Wind has had the best seat in the house. Let's see if she can parlay it. She's third and starting to gain ground. Gap of another 4 to Bellamy Torch ahead of Did Not Meet It and Sherry's Win, and trailing is Roraima. There's a 1/4 mile left to go. They line up 3 horses across the course. Dancing Wind sweeps up now to take the lead from Artie's Bourbon Girl. That's all for Fulfilled Fantasy. Bellamy Torch is next, and Sherry's Win from the back. 3/16 to go. Fulfilled Fantasy strides to a clear advantage. Did Not Mean It is back running again alongside Bellamy Torch with Sherry's Win on the outside, but the trip was the key, and the trip went to Jaramillo and Dancing Wind. Dancing Wind gives Jaramillo 4 on the card. She won it by 5. Bellamy Torch was second. Sherry's Win might have been third ahead of Did Not Mean It. Then Artie's Bourbon Girl in 1:10 and 2.
Going around the far turn, it certainly appeared number 6, Dancing Wind, was the one to beat, getting a great trip behind the speed. She parlays that trip to an easy victory, giving Misael Jaramillo his 4th winner of the afternoon, and owner-trainer Gilberto Zerpa gets his 2nd winner today. 5, Bellamy Torch second ahead of the 7, Sherry's Win, who ran third. Time to take a timeout. When we come back, the Friday feature, the late Daily Double. Don't go away.
Crossing the finish line for the last time can mean an uncertain future for many horses. Recognizing the need for a dignified retirement, the racing industry has made racehorse aftercare a top priority. In partnership with Gulfstream Park and the Florida Horsemen's Association, Florida Track provides retraining and adoption services for retired racehorses. Thanks to their efforts, the end of a racing career can signal the beginning of a new career in show jumping, trail riding, police work, even therapy for children and veterans. However, good intentions do not come without cost. As a nonprofit organization, Florida Track relies on tax-deductible donations and volunteers to help pay for feed, training, housing, and veterinary care. To find out how you can help, contact Florida Track today. Your support will go a long way towards a new beginning.
Back now for the 9th race on the card at a mile and a 16th over the main track. First finish line in use. Scratch number 6, Manolete. A field of 6. The favorites were 1, Illustrious Sun, and 4, Tough Customer.
They're up. Joshua's Comprise as Step Slow. Variety of horses being sent for the lead. They include Illustrious Sun and Tough Customer, who both come away with the lead. Unbridled Holiday wanted to mix it up. He'll have to land behind the speed with Chiseled at the rail. 3 wide is Very, Very Stella, and 2.5 to Joshua's Comprise as they sort themselves out around the first turn run. Illustrious Sun comfortably now. He leads it by a length over Tough Customer second. Very, Very Stella is third. In between horses, it's Unbridled Holiday. Down at the inside is Chiseled, and 3 to the trailer, Joshua's Comprise. The opening quarter, 23-3. And up front, 6-5 favorite, Illustrious Sun, bidding to give Jaramillo his 5th winner of the day and Zerpa his 3rd. And they lead it by a length and a half. On the outside, and Tough Customer second, Chiseled at the rail 3rd, Very, Very Stella parked wide 4th, asked to improve a bit. Then down at the inside, it's Unbridled Holiday, who's lost a bit of ground, now racing about 3.5 lengths off the lead. And Joshua's Comprise isn't keeping up with less than half a mile to go. The opening half mile was 46-3. And Illustrious Sun has the lead, but here's the attack from Tough Customer under C.J. McMahon, and these two with less than 3/8 of a mile to go, quick and a length and a half better than Chiseled. Very, Very Stella's at a 1 pace while 4th, ahead of Unbridled Holiday in 5th. As they run to the top of the stretch, Tough Customer ran right by Illustrious Sun, who when confronted politely backed away. It's Tough Customer, the one to beat. He enters the short stretch, widening on a 4-length lead. If there's a danger, it's Unbridled Holiday, who tries to work between horses. Then on the outside, Chiseled with Very, Very Stella, but they come to deep stretch, and Tough Customer is still well clear. It's Ron Fachot and C.J. McMahon. It's Tough Customer in front. Chiseled second, Very, Very Stella 3rd, then Unbridled Holiday and Illustrious Sun in 142-2.
Nice performance today from the Ron Fachot trained Tough Customer, who collars the favorite and pulls away for an easy score under C.J. McMahon for Britland Stable. Number 2, Chiseled, ran on to get second. The favorite Illustrious Sun set the pace, but backed away when confronted. 10th and final race on the card, maiden claimers in for a price tag of $12,500. A field of 8 went postward. There was money for 3, Dreaming of Asa, and 8, Allie's Sister Cat.
And runners away. Fancy Chance begins nicely. Moving up the challenge is Dreaming of Aka, and Dreaming of Aka goes at it with the favorite, Allie's Sister Cat. The top 2 in the betting are 1-2 in the run to the half-mile pole. Anizel now moves into 3rd while asked to quicken, 2 better than Fancy Chance, who's racing 4th behind the speed. A gap of 3 more to Winner's Expedition. Then comes, of course, Awesome ahead of Lookin' Fabulous, and 4 to the trailer, Divine Paradise. Less than half a mile away, Dreaming of Asa has the lead by a length and a half. From the outside, it's Allie's Sister Cat, who races into 2nd. Anizel is a joint 3rd alongside Fancy Chance. Gap of 5. Winner's Expedition trying to tack on for Zimmerman, and is tacking on. Winner's Expedition has drawn within better than 5 of the lead and is on the march as they run to the top of the stretch. Dreaming of Asa has the lead off the corner. Winner's Expedition is in full stride and getting to the leader 2nd. Anizel 3rd. Fancy Chance is next. Allie's Sister Cat has dropped back. 3/16 to go. It's Dreaming of Aka still in front by 2.5. Winner's Expedition made this long sustained run into 2nd, but she's still behind the lead of Dreaming of Aka. Dreaming of Aka close to home. Winner's Expedition is out of time. Dreaming of Aka and Vasquez to win it. Winner's Expedition well clear for 2nd. Divine Paradise 3rd. 4th, Anizel, and 5th was Lookin' Fabulous in 111-4.
Number 3, Dreaming of Asa gets the victory in gate-to-wire fashion under jockey Miguel Vasquez for trainer Angel Rodriguez and owner Frank Calabrese. 2nd was 5, Winner's Expedition, who made a long sustained run to get that spot, well clear of the 4, Divine Paradise, who closed from far back to get 3rd. Form for results of today's late pick 5. The return is $118.50. Rainbow 6 hit plenty of times, less than $100, $69.14. If you played for a 20-cent Rainbow 6, it does trigger a carryover into Derby Day of $66,385.02.
That's it for today. We'll see you back here tomorrow on Saturday. Don't forget, on Kentucky Derby Day, our first post time will be 12:55 p.m. We have 11 races on tap with 2 stakes. We'll see you there.
Hit the hay. I've been working all day. Hit the hay. What do you say? Hit the hay. Hit the hay. Well, I'm tired.